Hey, what's going on, my good people? Yeah, come on in here. It's the first of the month. We riding, baby. We riding. Come on in here. I see my smoke sisters in the building. What's going on, Tiff? We got Miss Sweets, Charity, Lady Love, G Money, Drama Free. We in here. Fire Mama in the building. I appreciate you sending me them pictures too, Fire Mama. I got you, baby. Tonight, y'all, we riding for Ajike Owens, aka AJ. And that's what we're gonna call her throughout this live, because she family now. You know, if we bring it to the round table, you family. You know, and some of y'all may be familiar with the case, some of y'all may not, but that's okay. Because we got the reports, baby. We're gonna break down the reports. And it's a sad situation. Hey, Miss Young, it's a sad situation. What's going on, boss lady? Yeah, we riding tonight. I was gonna have a smoke session after this, ladies, but you know, I'm gonna see how y'all feeling by the time we get done, because I know y'all gonna be cussing, you know. But yeah, we riding tonight, and we riding for AJ. She needs justice, and we got the details, and y'all know how we do. We gonna break down the details. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to ride? Come on, y'all. Ride with me to the round table. Welcome to the round table, y'all. Some of y'all may be new here, you know, but we welcome everybody, everybody. And of course, I got Boss and John Q sitting with me.
Here we go.
What's happening?
Here we go.
Building. Yes, sir.
Oh man, we got some people up in the house.
We do. And they always riding, you know, nothing but good energy, nothing but love. And we appreciate y'all.
Oh man, everybody. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Miss Sweets is here. Charity is here. Mukbang Yang is here. G Money is here. Sexy is here. Jackie Barty, much love to you. My goodness. Marsha Poole is here.
Your boy.
Oh man.
You know, we appreciate y'all. You know, like Tiff said, ain't nothing but love over here. We just want the details. So y'all know when we come, we bringing out the details. And I promise y'all gonna learn something today about this case. I promise.
Raphael Colbert, KG is in the house. It's Boss Lady KJ is in the house. Tawanda Ingram is in the house. Lady Love ASMR is in the house. Mm-hmm. Whoa, Tiffany Best holding it down in blue. Sharita is in the house.
Said we ride tonight, and we are. We are.
And look out.
What's up, Miss Young? What's going on? How you doing? Charity in the building. Yeah, the people's is here.
Hey, Carol. Hey, Joyce.
What's up, Joyce? How you doing?
Maya in the building. That goes Chi-Town.
Yeah, there we go. The breakdown is in the house.
Yeah.
You know. Wow. Yeah, and we just wanted to bring y'all the details. You know, we had a young lady who at the round table react brought this case up, and I had seen it, but again, I didn't have all the details. So we went digging. If y'all want us to cover a case, let us know.
Already.
Yeah,
Definitely.
let us know. But yeah, we got the details. What's going on, KG? We got the details, we got the reports, and y'all know how we do. And so for those who are not familiar with the case, we're gonna give y'all a brief overview of what's going on here. So
definitely. And for those of you who are brand new, just learning about the RoundTable, welcome. Please subscribe, follow the RoundTable. We're on these cases as they are recommended to us to follow and find and bring to light. That's why we do the RoundTable.
absolutely.
Without you, connecting with us, and you can always make that message to 54 Keys directly through her Gmail, DM her, however which way you can, whether it's be on Facebook or YouTube, but connect with her. Let her know what your thoughts are. Let her know if you come across a case that you want us to take a look at, because we got one for you tonight.
Yes. We do. So let's give them a brief overview of what we about to cover. So
a Florida woman is facing manslaughter and assault charges after a very disturbing shooting that's leading to new questions about the state's Stand Your Ground law. AJ Owens is the woman you're seeing on your screen right now, was shot and killed allegedly by a neighbor through an apartment door in front of one of her 4 children. Mark Strausman reports it took 4 days for charges to be filed in this case.
A neighborhood feud ended in tragedy when Ajike Owens was shot and killed in front of her son Friday in Ocala, Florida. The 35-year-old was struck in the upper chest by a bullet shot through the front door from a gun allegedly belonging to 58-year-old Susan Lorincz.
I wish our shooter would have called us instead of taking actions into her own hands.
But on Friday night, after Owens' children were playing outside and approached Lorincz about an iPad they left behind, law enforcement says Lorincz yelled at the kids and threw a roller skate at them, leading Owens to confront Lorincz at her door. Police say Lorincz pulled the trigger, shooting and killing the mother of 4. She claimed self-defense under Florida's Stand Your Ground law, which gained national attention and spread to other states after the killing of Trayvon Martin more than a decade ago. The law authorizes the use of deadly force for home protection if someone believes it's necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself or herself.
So we want to ensure that we get the facts right, especially in a case to this level.
Police opened up an investigation, but waited 4 days to charge the shooter. The delay in arrest sparking protests throughout the community. Attorneys for the victim's family issued a statement following Tuesday's arrest, saying they're relieved, but they are no less concerned that accountability has taken this long because archaic laws like Stand Your Ground exist.
She had no weapon. She posed no imminent threat to anyone. What I'm asking is for justice. Justice for my daughter.
I'm Mark Strausman for CBS Mornings.
I'd like to hear more about that case. I don't know how it's Stand Your Ground and you feel safe defense. You're claiming self-defense and bodily harm when you're shooting through the door.
Through a door.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions for me in that particular case. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find out more information about it.
This was crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She shot her through a locked door and killed her. One shot.
Just look at the comment on the screen.
KG, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We
she
gonna
sound like me, though.
She do. Yeah, boss. Yeah, boss all over that. I'm telling you. And I don't understand. It took one shot to kill her. Just one. Through a door.
Through a door. Now y'all understand this. Well, I'm gonna just give you just a little quick story. In my city, it's been crazy. And these guys been trying to kill this one guy. They rode through the neighborhood twice, drive by, bah, 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 bah. They hit everybody but the person they was looking for. And he was right there. This lady shot through a door. She shot through a door and killed her. One shot.
One shot. That's all it took. And so of course we gonna take y'all to the area and we're gonna break down the details. Like I said, we got the reports. You know, y'all know how we do. We got to drop down on them, John.
You got to drop down on them. So, hey, y'all know what time it is. So go on ahead. Put your seatbelts on. We finna take a ride.
Take us there. Drop down on them, John.
All right, y'all. You know what time it is. We got to go to map work and get this all laid out for you. So bringing that up. Let's go. Southwest 107th Lane, Ocala. Here's a neighborhood. That's a beautiful neighborhood. Now, take a look at the landscaping here for a second. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
This is gorgeous. This is, you know, like the kind of place anybody would move to, especially if you're in a city or something like that, and you get a chance to, you know, have some type of temporary home ownership or whatever. But it's beautiful out here. Yeah. And when I drop down, I'm going to show you how beautiful it is, because now we're going to drop down. Let me show you something. I'd love to have taken my kids over here, boy, let me tell you. Southwest 107 Lane. Here's a view. Plush. Green area. Two-way drive. 45 miles an hour on the sign. And we come to residential area right here.
Yeah, the Quail Run neighborhood.
Southwest 18th Avenue, Southwest 107 Place is where this all took place on June 2nd. So let's go back.
And I believe June 2nd, it fell on a Friday, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Friday. Yep. So we go back to this beautiful area. Let's go ahead and do a drop down and get you there.
Yeah, June 2nd was a Friday.
Yes.
Look at the homes in this area.
Yeah, those are nice.
These are beautiful layouts. This is 107th Lane. As we go down, let's find where AJ and this incident took place.
Hey, Chameleon.
What's up? I was just for the speech. What's up, Chameleon in the building?
I absolutely love you, girl. I like the way you think. We were talking about you from the last round table. So I'm glad you're riding with us, baby.
Now here we have AJ Owens's home right here.
So that's where AJ lived.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And her home specifically was right here.
Right.
Door number 2 of 1663 107th Lane, Ocala, Florida, is where we are. As you see, the street, I mean, it's gorgeous.
I like the way the homes are set up.
Yeah,
I love that setup.
Situated real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Space, yards in each one, all the way down the block. It's here, all the way back down the block. Gorgeous the way this layout is. Mailboxes for the mailman to ride up on and drop on each and every single mailbox in this area all of the mail delivery from the U.S. Postal Service.
And if you notice, Miss Susan Lorincz and Miss Hader, yeah, she was a white woman who murdered her. And she lives right there, right across the street from her.
Directly across the street. In fact, the second vehicle next to this white vehicle here that you see, this truck, is hers. These are her windows. Adjacent to the parking lot, also adjacent to the Owens family home.
The breakdown it's really close. And it took for us to pull out the details, and we were all backstage like, oh wow. Like they right there. They're right across the street from each other.
Yep.
And of course, Susan Lorincz, she didn't have children living in the home with her, but AJ had 4 of them.
Correct.
And this looked like a pretty decent neighborhood to raise your children. I don't know if we have anybody in the chat who's familiar with this area. If you are, we would love to know a little more about it. But it seems like a nice neighborhood. So I couldn't imagine something like this unfolding over there. I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. But it did on June 2nd. On June 2nd, this is where it all went down. And what we know is that the kids was playing outside, and at 8:54 p.m., 8:54. So remember time. You know, y'all know time is important. 8:54, Susan Lorincz called 911. Boss, you want to, and now we're going to play this 911 call because this is the very first call to 911. But I'm going to give y'all a disclaimer because when we were listening to it, I was like, oh my God. But when they're redacting personal information from Susan, there's this loud beep. So I want to put that disclaimer out there because it's loud to me. Yeah. At least to me, it's loud.
Oh, it's loud.
Yeah, and you got to pay attention to what Miss Susan is saying.
Listen close.
(911), what is the address of emergency? All right, and then can you repeat that for me one more time and make sure I have it correct? All right, what is your phone number in case you get disconnected? What is your name? I'm sorry, you said your name was...
Yes.
And what was your last name? All right, and tell me exactly what happened.
We got kids trespassing again. They're leaving all the toys around. They're just screaming, yelling, just being absolutely obnoxious. I went and threw the roller skates over to the other side. The kid says, I'm going to beat you up for that. And he's mouthing off to me.
All right.
Threatened in my own home.
Is he out there right now?
Yeah, there are several kids out there right now, and I'm fearing for my life. I'm very scared.
Okay. All right, and what unit number are you in? Unit. Okay.
Yes.
Do they also live in the same building?
No, they live across the street.
Okay. Were there any weapons involved?
No.
How many people are involved?
Earlier, there was about 20 kids out here screaming, yelling, asked them to leave. They're like, screw you. Now there's 3 boys.
3?
Yes.
Okay.
And the kid saying I took his iPad and all this other shit was filtering it through. The only thing that was okay was a roller skates, and I don't want to get tangled with these children.
All right, and are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
I think one is Hispanic, the other 2 are black.
All right, and then the Hispanic, how old would you say he was?
That's 12.
12? All right. Were they all about the same age?
Yeah.
All right. All right, and then the Hispanic male, what is he wearing?
He's dark out. He's got, I think, a T-shirt and pants on.
Do you know what color T-shirt?
No, I couldn't tell him that.
Okay.
I just don't like them coming around my house. They've been coming onto my deck, my patio, and telling me, get up, when I'm watching TV and stuff. They have no business over here. There's no trespassing sign. I don't like the kids threatening me that they're going to beat me up, that they're going to get someone else to kill me. Well, this is just ridiculous.
Are you or anyone else in danger right now?
I locked my doors.
All right, who is in charge of the property?
Charles Gabbard.
I'm sorry?
Charles Gabbard owns the actual quadplex.
All right, but are you on the lease?
Oh, yeah, I'm just
Okay.
I leased the 1 unit. They just
Okay.
keep badgering me. I'm just sick of these children. Now that they're home from school, it's like, craziness.
All right, do you want you to avoid that person and then keep your doors and windows locked? An officer will be dispatched as soon as possible. Do you want the officer to contact you?
Please, yes.
All right.
Because what's going to happen is his mom's going to go out, wait for the officer, and run and say, oh, my God, I was threatening her kid, which just isn't true.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but please call us back if anything changes or if you get any further information or if they do leave, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Did y'all hear this?
Man, they come on my deck. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
I don't think they did. Those kids was playing in the yard, right here. And this looks like a kid-friendly neighborhood. So that's one of them fields. I can picture the little boys out there running around, playing football, wrestling, chasing each other around. I mean, they're kids. She didn't want none of that happening by her house. None of it.
Yeah. She wanted to be in peace. She wanted to be so peaceful, like John told us backstage. She'd rather be in a graveyard than be in that neighborhood.
Really?
That's the type of peace that she wants. She don't want no noise.
No noise.
No
you understand what I mean?
Birds chirping, none of that.
She ain't want none of that. Then she got to talking about, they're leaving toys around. She even made a comment about she felt threatened in her own home by some kids playing around. This lady, something, yeah.
Curly Lock Diva, I said the same thing. Why didn't you just move?
Absolutely.
For real.
Because clearly this was not the neighborhood for her. Because she didn't want to hear nothing. And she was like, yeah, now that they out of school, they running wild over there. Kids being kids. That's it.
She's just an old, grumpy, lonely woman. That's all she is.
And understand this. They told her they would dispatch the police as soon as possible.
Right.
So keep in mind, with that being said, the police is already on their way. She's already called them at 8:54.
8:54, the first call.
And so one of the things I want to do is take y'all to the reports. And in the reports, they have the statement from the kids. And I'm only going to go over the statement from AJ's 2 sons, because she had a total of 4 kids, y'all. 12, 9, 7, and 3. The 12-year-old and the 9-year-old gave statements. And so I just want to, touch on what they told police. So the first statement is from the 12-year-old. And he said that they were all playing in the yard, playing in the field between Lorenz's residence and the apartment building in which their friend with whom they were playing resides. He also advised that there were approximately 10 of them playing a game, but when it started to get dark, many of them went inside their homes. He said that he was advised, he went to the roadway on the opposite side of the street from Lorenz's residence, where a basketball goal was set up by the road, and was playing basketball with Biggie, I believe this is Calix, and Mickey, while his younger brother remained in the field across the street. And that's the field that we showed y'all. So the younger brother is still playing in the field. His younger brother approached him and said that Lorincz took his tablet. And when he told her to give it back, she threw it on the ground and yelled at him. She also threw a pair of roller skates at them. Now, understand this. If we go back to the field, John, can you take us back to the field? If we go back to this field right here, they were all playing out there. And when, it started to get dark, so, some of the kids, they going in the house. The younger brother, the 9-year-old, realized that he left his iPad over there. When he went back to get it, Lorincz had it. Susan Lorincz had his iPad in her hands and wouldn't give it back to him. She ended up throwing it down. Okay. And again, it's almost like, to me, when I was reading these statements, I'm like, she was messing with these kids for no reason. No reason. He said that when matter of fact, when he went and got his brother, he was at the basketball hoop. John, you want to take us to the hoop? So here's the yard where they were playing. And if you go a little further up the street, y'all see this basketball hoop right here? The older brother, this is where he's at. So his younger brother went and got him. And he told them that Lorincz wouldn't give back his tablet. The older boy suggested that the 9-year-old go tell their mother. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. Yep, he went to his mama.
And as a mother, I mean, if your kids are complaining about somebody messing with them, bothering them, took something, whatever, as a parent, your reaction is to protect my kids. Absolutely. You feel what I'm saying? So, we know that there was a lot of situations that happened prior to this, but it just sounds like this mother was fed up. She was fed up.
She was. And what we learned was that there were many incidents between AJ and Susan in the past. And we're going to get into that. But when it comes to the second interview, and this was from the 9-year-old, okay, and he said, I'm sorry, John. He said that, hold on 1 second. He said that he left his tablet in the big yard where they were always playing. And when he went to go get it, he observed Lorincz holding his tablet. He told Lorincz to put it down, and she threw down the tablet and then threw a roller skate at him. And I think we have a picture. Here's this. She threw a roll. Oh, I'm sorry. She threw a roller skate at him. And I'm like, really? She a grown woman. Throwing stuff at kids, doing the most. Doing the most. Absolute most. He said that when she threw the skate, it hit him on his toe. The older brother told him that, of course, told him, go get their mama. He said that they went over, that AJ went over there. Well, let me back up. She threw something at him, and that Lorincz then came outside with the umbrella and swung the umbrella at them in a threatening manner while stating for them to get off of her lawn or she was going to do something to them. He advised he didn't remember what she said she would do to them. But as a kid, I mean, to me, that was a threat. That was a threat, okay? He said that at that point, he went to go get his mother. He told the victim what happened with Lorincz and that she came outside and walked across the street to Lorentz's neighborhood. So now residence. So now mama mad, AJ mad. But as a mother, who wouldn't be mad? You understand what I mean? He said that he advised that the victim walked up to Lorentz's sliding glass door and banged on it. She then banged on Lorentz's front door and that he heard the victim yell, "Open this door. You heard me." Blake advised he did not hear Lorincz say anything through the door. He advised that he was standing right next to the number 3 sign when the shooting occurred and that Blake was standing near Lorentz's truck near the parking lot. After the victim banged on the front door, there was one gunshot, and then he heard his mother say, "Call 911," before falling to the ground. At 9:04, y'all, 9:04. Now, again, she made the first phone call at 8:54. So 10 minutes later, we get the next 911 call.
911 was the address for the emergency.
Oh my God, this lady just tried to break down my door. I shot through the door. Oh my God.
Okay, repeat that address for me to make sure I have it correct. Okay, what is your name?
They were trying to come in my house.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. Calm down.
Oh my God.
You said someone tried to break down your door, is that correct?
Yes, the woman was screaming and yelling and she was trying to break down my door.
Okay, it was a female?
Yes. I didn't know what to do. I grabbed my gun and I shot at the door. And I thought she was going to get me. Oh my God.
Okay, you said you shot at the door, is that correct?
Yes, I shot at the door because she wouldn't stop. I told her to get away and she wouldn't. She just begging to stay.
Okay, where's your gun now?
It's in my bedroom. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. This is the woman who attacked me.
Okay, do you still see the subject?
I don't know where she is. I'm still in my house. I didn't open my door to her.
Is it just only you in the home?
Yes, it's just me.
Okay, I just need you to lock all your doors and windows, okay?
I have.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the line until the deputies get there.
Okay. My son said they were going to come and kill me.
And did you know her?
Yes, she's come after me several times because of her children. Her children keep trespassing over here. They're bothering me and bothering me. They won't stop.
Is she a neighbor?
Yes.
Really?
Hold on. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Now, if she really I call cap, period, point blank, period. But she really was scared for her life, right? When that lady asked her, "Where's your gun?" She said, "It's in my bedroom now." But if you really fear for your life, you really think one shot got rid of it, or you actually knew the subject was down? Because the next question that lady asked was like, "Can you see her now?" She said, "No." You're a guy. You're a lie. You're a lie. You knew you hit her.
You knew it. She knew it.
You knew you hit her. That's why you went and put that gun down.
Absolutely. And then not only that, we questioned the fact that here AJ showed up. One of her sons, which I just read to y'all in the report, he said he was standing there. She didn't hit the son.
Nope.
She hit AJ. And it made me feel like she knew exactly where AJ was at that door.
Yep.
And when we got into Susan's statements, I was like, oh, here we go. Because we found out she had cameras.
Yeah, who she thinks she playing with, bro?
She ain't fooling nobody. She knew what was going on. And then let me take y'all back. I told y'all at 8:54 she already called complaining that the kids was threatening her. She felt her life was being threatened 10 minutes prior.
But you throwing skates at them, but you feel threatened. Get up out of here with that. Quit
Right.
playing with her.
Like that's crazy to me, because 10 minutes later, AJ is shot. And understand this, and I didn't highlight it in that report. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but the little boy, the 9-year-old, told Lorincz when he tried to get his tablet, he told her, he said, "I'm going to get my mama." Y'all know what she told him? "Go get your mother." And that's exactly what he did. So she was expecting for AJ to pop up at her door. She knew what it was.
Absolutely.
She knew what it was.
Absolutely.
So you standing outside, throwing his tablet, swinging umbrellas, doing all that extra. And then what she did was then ran in her house and locked the door. And waited for AJ to come over there. And I know, we got mothers in the chat. What would you have done if your son, and don't forget, there's prior incidents between these two. And we're going to get into it. But as a mother, what would you have done? Yeah, baby, we need to talk.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. And this lady was behind a locked door. She ain't want no smoke for real. Why she told that little boy, "Go get your mama."
Yeah.
You see, she took her ass back in the house.
Yes, sir. She seen them smoke clouds coming and ducked off.
Ran back in the house.
She ain't want it.
She ain't want none of that. And so I understand AJ's position. You have to understand her position. You throwing tablets, throwing skates, hitting my kids. You doing too much. But she ain't stay outside. She ain't stay and wait. If she really wanted that smoke, she would have been standing outside when AJ showed up. She ain't want no smoke for real. She didn't.
Yeah. Whenever you have...
go ahead. No, go ahead, boss. I'm sorry.
Whenever there's an issue, and it's including kids, you don't confront the kids.
Absolutely.
That you know where they live, you go talk to the mother if it's such a big problem as you making it seem. But of course, we know different. So we know that's why she didn't go over there and talk to AJ, because they know the history between the two. She ain't want that. She ain't want the problem because she seems to be the problem. It ain't them kids. Them kids are kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids gonna play. They're not on your property. You feel what I'm saying? I think if a bird came in and landed right there on her patio porch and started chirping, she would try to kill the bird.
Yeah, because she was on that. She seemed like a bitter old woman to me.
Yes.
Bitter. In a kid-friendly neighborhood. She shouldn't have been there if she had a problem with that. She needed to be at some retirement home, something where it's quiet. And she took matters into her own hands. And understand this, like I said, the police is already en route. Why didn't you just wait? They told you to lock your door. She did. We found out that she had about 50,000 locks on the door. So how could AJ, and understand this, I get AJ's position. I get that she was over there and she's banging on the door. She want to talk to this lady. That lady was scared. I get it. But you got to understand AJ's position too. Why didn't she just wait for the police? She didn't wait. And then you're going to fire one shot through the door. One. And kill their mother. This is a sad situation. Charity, I'm with you. I think it was a setup. She did what she did because she knew AJ was gonna come and approach her. She knew it.
Yep. Yeah, when we kept digging deeper into this case, we found out more information.
Yes, we did.
Know about the gun, and I'm gonna let 54 whenever you're ready to get to it, because they need to know all this.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. It is. 3 minutes later, the police showed up on the scene trying to help AJ. And they ended up taking her to HCA Florida Ocala Hospital. John, you want to take us there? Raphael, they were used to the disputes back and forth between these neighbors. And they probably thought it was just another, here we go again. And so AJ fell to the ground and police arrived 3 minutes later. Because again, they were already en route. She called them at 8:54. Why didn't she just wait? Because understand this, if she would have waited, the police would have pulled up on AJ at her door. She couldn't wait. And they had to transport AJ to the hospital.
And Farrah Jackson, I understand your question. I totally do, and I get it. But at this point, your kid has been harassed, assaulted by another grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't think like that, and maybe, just maybe, and I really don't think that would have stopped anything, because I think later on this situation was going to happen because this lady had it in her mind. This is what she wanted to do, and I honestly feel that. I do too. I get your question though. I understand. I respect it.
Yeah, and then you have to understand when we go over the incidents, the prior incidents, nothing is being done. So maybe that's why this time around she's like, look, I'm just going over there. But I do understand where you at. I do understand that. Sweets, I'm with you. Because I myself would have went over there. And y'all know I try to keep my energy tight, but don't play with my kids.
For real.
I'm not playing with nobody about my children. No one. AJ was pronounced dead at 9:36 p.m. at the hospital. Now these kids are without their mother because Susan couldn't wait 5 more minutes. Really? It don't seem right to me. It seemed like it was planned. It seemed like it was set up. AJ was set up, and she walked into a war zone and didn't even know it. Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
That's sad. It's a sad situation. But I know we do have, of course, we have Susan's statements. But, with this 911 call, now she acting like she hyperventilating. She can't believe she shot her. Like, it just seemed like an act, like she was performing. That's what it felt like to me.
That's what it sounded like to me. Because every time that lady asked her a question, she stopped the hyperventilating, answered the question, and immediately went right back to hyperventilating. Man, cut that trash out, man. Who you fooling? Cap!
Yeah. All day. Shy, I'm with you. You can't stand your ground behind a closed locked door. And when they arrested her, that's what she was claiming, self-defense. Now, let's as far as the chat, what do y'all think about the self-defense? Because that's what she came out the gate screaming, self-defense. Put a 1 in the chat if you could, if you felt like this was self-defense. Because understand this, I do get the fact that AJ was over there and she was angry. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this was self-defense. Put a 2 if you're saying hell nah, this ain't self-defense. Let's see where y'all at with it.
Let's see where they at with it. Two. Yeah. Okay, we got it. Yeah. They don't think this is no self-defense.
I think I seen a 1 in there.
You seen a 1?
80s baby.
Uh-oh.
80s baby. Here she go. 80s baby.
Okay.
You think it was self-defense? I would love to hear your position on it.
Most definitely.
Why? Because AJ was over there angry? I would love to hear your position on that.
It's a safe zone. You good?
It's a safe zone. Yeah, we ain't. But I want to see what you see.
I think I just seen another one. Hold on. Where did this one at? Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to put your feelings and your opinions in it. And you safe.
Traveling Millennium. Yeah, I was. Yeah, Traveling Millennium said she felt like it was self-defense too. Yeah, this is a safe zone. Hashtag safe zone. But I would like to know, what details are you using to say, this was self-defense?
Even though we know that this lady is the one who created an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Things can be handled differently. Yeah, but hindsight is 20/20.
That's right.
And we know a lot of us, mothers or fathers, we gonna react first when it comes to our kids. Point blank period. If you're a real parent, you're gonna react first, ask questions later. You ain't finna touch my kids. That ain't why they here. Not for you to put your hands on them or throw skates at them. Throw my kid iPad down. I paid for that. What's your problem, lady?
Right.
Man, please. Man, please.
Right.
Making me angry as I think about it.
I know, right? 1 shot through the door. And we also we have a close-up of it. Here it is. 1 shot. Killed her. And we know that she used John, wasn't it 380?
Yeah. 380.
So 380 Remington semi-automatic weapon. It's concealable. It's very small, but yet very powerful.
Spicy, I'm with you.
Spicy what it would look like.
Spicy said, I don't think knocking on the door is a reason to shoot through the door. Spicy, I'm with you on that.
And this is what it would look like in the hands of Susan. And you can see the barrel on this gun. This is a 9mm. She used blazer ammunition. This is a closed casing ammunition. These are not hollow points. And according to the specs, we found out that a 380 is an automatic caliber. The bullet has 95 grains. There are 50 rounds in a box. They're all full metal jackets. And this is used primarily for target shooting bullets.
Yeah, this lady, and like I said before, it bothered me. I'm like, her kid was standing there. Like, to me, that was so reckless. Because what if she'd have hit the child? What if she would have hit AJ's son? I couldn't understand how one shot was clear. Like, I mean, she hit her target. AJ was a target standing at that door and didn't even know it. She didn't
Why
know what that
one
lady.
shot?
One shot.
Why one shot? Was she looking at something inside the apartment to where she knew what she was shooting at?
Bingo.
Your boy, listen,
Look at
man,
bingo.
listen, you
Look at
better
the
know
chat.
it. Your boy, look, your boy plotted. Look, he riding, baby. He know what it is.
There you
It's
go.
clear. She knew exactly where AJ was.
And we have to remember she's got blink cameras inside the apartment.
Yes.
Facing the parking lot over to the house where the family lives. And also,
Comeback Kings, I'm with you.
Let's see if we can do this real quick.
Comeback King said, death penalty better be on the table. This is an act of racism.
Yeah.
All day. Yeah. All day.
Listen, I'm with you 100%, but they done dropped this thing all the way down to manslaughter.
Yeah, and we gonna yeah, that's insane to me. I can't understand it. I don't understand that.
Miss Sweets want to know, do the family has a lawyer?
We know she's being represented by Ben Crump, but right. I haven't heard about any. Let me see where we at. Yeah, I haven't. I know, like I said, I know Ben Crump is on the case. You know, he making his rounds. Let me stop. I ain't going. But okay, yeah. Ben Crump is on the case, but I get it though, because the charges don't fit the crime, not to me. Right. And so I felt like, you know, and that's why I told John and Boss, I said we have to make sure we pull out all the details necessary.
Right.
So you get a full understanding of what just happened here. Now, Lorincz, yeah, here she go.
Look at her. When she was talking with this officer, he was checking her phone for video that she claimed she had taken of the kids on the property. He didn't find anything but vague pictures. Vague pictures. Now, this is a sergeant from the Marion County Police Department, and if you notice over here to the left-hand side on her sliding glass door, there is a physical in the house, no trespassing sign that she posted outside the door. Now, anyone taking a look at the sign would have to be in the vicinity of the door and in this almost like a private cul-de-sac with the gates as perimeters to her privacy. Who would see that sign? Now, here's the dilemma of this case. When you have an individual who happens to be an elderly woman this age, 58, she's calling cops back and forth about children playing in the yard. This woman has no yard. She has a patio. That's all she has, according to the lease that she has at this apartment residence. She does not have, hold on, bring it back to your attention here, Google Earth. She does not have an entire yard as an extension to the property that she is renting at property number 3, because property number 4 is right beside her. So her camera on that sliding glass door happens to peer through between these gate posts right here where the gate is. So she's enclosed. The next door neighbor has the same setup on their side. The gate is enclosed and flush to the building. Here's an open yard. Take a look at this.
She don't own nothing over there. She don't own not a damn thing over there.
Yeah,
but that patio area. That's her area.
This is her domain. This is it. The walkway. This is a common area, as police indicated to her. People have to leave and go back and forth to their cars for transportation. Common area. Guess what? This is also a common area. And we're looking into the details of this common area because on the on the county clerk city maps, these are all parceled out. And each resident has a portion of the parcel land area that's involved, meaning that this property here, let's go down to it.
But understand that means that property belongs to the landlord, not her.
Right, correct. She is leasing and not owning.
She don't own shit.
And as
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to cuss.
That's okay.
She don't own nothing.
That's okay. Because according to the neighbors adjacent from her property, they have under ownership a parcel of land that encompasses the property overall, encompasses the driveway, the extension of the property itself, all the way to the next parcel down the street. Now we have to remember this is all rental property here, multiple doors, multiple units. A landlord's dream to have in a ranch-style home fashion, if you will, to have this kind of layout in this neighborhood. Now here, she is just owning an apartment portion of the same building that number 4 shares and has the same right of way. Right of way is the pathway. Pathways to and fro to the common area called the parking lot and the mailboxes to the public street. But yet in her mind, she believes that she can go out of her way and post these little private property signs over here to deter the kids. No trespassing signs, private property signs on her fucking sliding glass doors. I'm sorry. I'm getting lit up too. On my side, with private property signs that AJ saw her post in the grass. So she had no authority to put these signs there to begin with.
Right.
Bro, that's just like, I don't know how many of y'all, lived in the projects. That's just like somebody in the project saying, "Get off my property." What property, man? What is you talking about? This ain't your property. Get out of here. Stop. Let me stop, man. Let me stop.
Now we're getting real with it. That's all. It only makes plain sense. And this woman is under the impression that she is there, and everything that's there belongs to her and nobody else.
Curly Lock Diva, you absolutely right. She was living in the wrong area.
She was in the wrong place.
For real.
Yeah, definitely in the wrong damn neighborhood.
So I want to take y'all to her statement. Let's see what Susan had to say.
Let's check out her.
She full of shit. Let's see what she. I said I'm trying not to cut y'all, but we got to look at what she said in her statement. Okay, so this is her statement right here. She said Lorincz advised that the neighbors were outside screaming and yelling, kids were running around, and stated she had a headache. Okay, she had a headache, so she didn't want to hear no kids. She advised, yeah, man, listen. She advised she went inside and laid down and later got up and went outside and observed the three boys outside. Lorenz advised she told the juveniles they were trespassing and needed to leave. I asked Lorenz to clarify where the juveniles were at when she came outside, and she indicated they were not on her patio, but on the grass of the yard separating the two quadplex buildings. Lorenz advised that the juveniles said that they were going to tell their mom, and she stated she told them, go tell your mother. So you can imagine. And she was probably cussing with it. Like, go get your damn mama.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know how it go.
Y'all know.
I'm going to tell your mama. Go get your mama. Okay.
Yeah, that.
You want this smoke? Okay. We coming with the smoke.
Coming with that fire, baby. Lorenz advised that she was having a problem with the same juveniles for approximately 2 years due to their lack of respect for her peace and privacy. Lorenz advised that the children of the victim Owens have told her in the past they would kill her. Okay. Lorenz referenced the incident that happened in February, and we're going to get to that because we got it. Okay. In which she alleged that the victim came to her residence and confronted her about a verbal argument between Lorenz and the victim's children. The argument centered around Lorenz not liking the juveniles around her apartment. According to the report prepared about the prior case, Lorenz alleged that Owens ripped a metal no trespassing sign out of the ground and threw it toward her, striking her leg. The report indicated the victim stated that she threw the sign down as she was leaving, but did not throw it toward Lorenz. No arrests were made in that case. So this lady just seemed to be doing the absolute most. And then I feel like she was lying. I do. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. But she says that Lorenz advised that on the night of the shooting, after she told the juveniles to leave, they went home, and then all of a sudden the victim came to her door and started banging on the door while yelling, "I'm going to effing kill you." Lorenz advised that Owens banged on the door so hard, everything started shaking, and she thought the door was going to come off. She advised that she panicked and stated to herself, "Oh my God, she's really going to kill me this time." Really? Okay. At that point, Lorenz advised she fired one round from her handgun. She stated she retrieved the firearm from the trash can in her bedroom, where she normally stores the weapon. Lorenz advised that while beating on the door, the victim was yelling, "You don't talk to my sons. I'm going to effing kill you." Lorenz advised that AJ briefly stopped banging on the door before starting again. I asked Lorenz if the victim was trying to enter her residence, to which she responded she was trying as hard as she could. I asked her if that meant she was trying the door handle, and Lorenz said that she was beating on the door. Lorenz advised she yelled back through the door that the victim was trespassing. Lorenz advised she did not look outside to see who was beating on the door, but knew it was the victim because she recognized her voice. She stated that she never went back outside after confronting the juveniles, and that she locked the doors when she went back inside. She advised that she was in the bathroom of her residence while the victim was banging on the door. Stated she fired the gun at the door from her kitchen. Like, I don't know, y'all.
That's me to say she's from the city of Cap.
Casumina.
I just want to respond to Camille's comment where she said she's an elder. She likely was there before they moved in the area. Hence,
I said the same thing. That's what I said. I wanted to know who got there first, who moved in first.
But understand, when we look at the neighborhood, who it consists of the most. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, either she moved there for whatever reasons and thought it wouldn't be as bad, but I felt like she moved in a predominantly black neighborhood. That's her fault.
Right.
Because all the kids I seen in the still shots on Google Earth and Google Maps, it's nothing but black kids in that neighborhood.
And you'll see that. You'll see that. We got that. We got that for you too.
That's all you see. Is like, so why did you move here? You know?
And that's what I'm saying. But I will say this, because we went looking. We was trying to find out, who was living there first. But still, at the end of the day, Really, like it don't even matter. When whether Susan was there first or whether AJ was there first, to me, it don't even really matter. What matters is the fact that there was prior incidents with these same individuals in the past. Police have been called over a dozen times. Y'all? Over a dozen? Really? Yeah, that don't make sense to me. But let's
we do have that evidence to prove that there was call after call after call after call. The complainant is Susan.
Yep.
The respondent obviously is AJ.
Right.
So what we have coming up right now will give you an identifiable record of these calls. As the news did a compilation of all of the calls concerning this case, this is going to blow your mind, and you'll actually get to see AJ speaking with police yourself.
Right.
In one of the complaint calls that was made against their kids regarding this woman, Susan Lorincz.
Right. Luscious, you silly. I'm with you though.
I'm with her too. I read that. I was like, you're right. Look, I get headaches. The dog's barking. I ain't trying to go find a dog that's barking to kill it.
And she not only said headaches, she was talking about back surgery. She was talking about all kinds of stuff. And the kind of prescribed medicine that she was under. And that's what the video portions of what we found has told us.
Right.
And I sit on the round table behind the scenes. This woman's got to be on something. Let's look for it. Let's find it. And we found it.
Absolutely.
And we got it. We got it.
Get to him, John. Get to
him. We got it. You ready? Type a 1 in the chat. Come on now. Help us out. Y'all are here. You want the story? We're going to give it to you. Please help us. To find this report, much love goes out to 54 Keys and Boss Blake, for digging so hard, because when this story came to our attention, we dug. We went 3 straight days in a row to get
hours.
We got to give
we went
you
hard. We went hard
tonight. Yeah, we went hard.
And y'all know how we do. We wanted the reports. We want to see who's saying what happened. And so before you get to that, John, let me finish this real quick.
Okay.
Lorincz advised that she has 2 Blink brand surveillance cameras inside her residence. One of the cameras is facing out onto the patio and is attached to the sliding glass door. The other camera is in the bedroom window facing the parking lot. She advised that the cameras are functional but only record motion, and at night sometimes do not capture motion. I asked about whether she picked up the son's tablet, and Lorincz denied picking up any tablet. She also stated that when she went outside, she threw a pair of roller skates in the yard and told Blank to go fetch them. Go fetch? Okay.
Go fetch?
Go fetch?
Yeah. We don't like that word fetch.
No.
Oh, shit.
No. Lorincz denied throwing the roller skates at anyone and stated she threw them in the yard due to the juveniles leaving items in the yard near her residence. I asked about whether she had an umbrella, and Lorincz advised she thought it was raining and had an umbrella with her when she went inside, but then realized, she had the umbrella with her when she went outside, but then realized it was not raining. Lady, really? The son told us that she was out there swinging the umbrella. Y'all remember that? She said she thought it was raining.
Nice try.
She a whole liar.
Nice try.
She a whole liar. Whole liar. Okay. I asked Lorincz if she swung the umbrella at anyone, and she stated that she did not swing it at anyone and that she stayed inside the fenced-in area of her residence. I advised her that deputies received information indicating she swung the umbrella at one of the juveniles, and Lorincz then advised that maybe she did step out of the fenced-in area and possibly swung the umbrella at the juveniles, but claimed she would not have hit them. She a whole liar.
Mm-hmm.
You told him at first you didn't. Now this, oh, well, maybe I might have. Maybe I did. She did.
She had the skate.
I'm sure.
The skate wasn't on her patio, so she had to pick up the skate, right?
Yep.
Stop playing Cap-a-lot. Don't do that.
Call her Miss Cap-a-lot.
Miss Cap-a-lot. Quit playing with us, man.
Oh man. Listen to this, y'all. She says, again, I asked Lorincz about the statements made by the sons, is what this is, while the victim was beating on Lorentz's door. I advised that other individuals were interviewed, stated that they did not hear Owens make a statement about killing her. And Lorincz replied, "That's what I heard." Lorincz again advised she fired one round through the door because she was panicked. She advised the firearm she used was a Remington 380. She stated she also owns a .22 Ruger. That firearm might be in the trash can also. She advised she purchased the Remington 380 approximately 1 year ago and has shot the gun at the range 4 or 5 times and used to be afraid of firearms. Lorincz advised that she purchased the firearm for protection after an altercation with AJ. I asked Lorincz what she was aiming at or trying to fire at when she pulled the trigger of the firearm, and she advised that she was just fearful of her life and was thinking, "Go away, get out of this situation, just go away already."
Girl, stop.
I know, right?
My fault.
Lorincz reiterated that her front door was locked when the victim was beating on it. She also stated she never intended to hit the victim when she fired the gun and thought she hit really high when she shot. When asked if she was aiming at the door, Lorincz advised she just fired the gun because she felt like she was in mortal danger. Y'all, this now, okay.
Behind a locked, secure, double-bolted door.
Right. And that's why I believe she saw AJ on the camera. And the blink cameras, when we search blink cameras, it's like a Ring camera. She probably was watching that girl on her phone because you can pull up the footage on your phone. That's what I do.
Oh.
She knew exactly where AJ was. That's why when we got to this part of her statement, she says, Lorincz stated that her surveillance cameras are cloud-based and can be accessed through her cell phone. She advised she would consent to allow me to review the video footage on the night of the shooting. Lorincz declined to provide me with her passcode to access the phone, but after being read and signed the consent to search cell phone form, she unlocked the phone herself and allowed me to review the videos using the Blink application. I did not observe any video recordings after approximately 8:40 on the night of
8:40.
I wonder why.
Keep that in mind.
Why.
So ain't no footage after 8:40 on her phone.
I wonder why.
Really?
Man, please. Who you think?
Yeah. She advised that she did not delete any recordings from the application. Lorincz advised her door had been reinforced with an extra long deadbolt that was in the locked position at the time the victim was beating on the door. I made contact with the on-call homicide prosecutor and informed him on the updates. Understand this. This lady is behind a locked door with an extra long deadbolt. And you fear for your life?
Tell it.
Not even to mention the police is already en route, y'all. She called them at 8:54. They're already coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely.
Miss Cap-a-lot.
Miss Cap-a-lot.
That's what I'm calling her from here on out.
Yeah, that's all she doing.
Okay, so John, now, if you want to go to prior incidents, come on, we riding, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, because the evidence begins to build up. And out of a lot of what we were able to crunch in 3 days to get this information, which is extraordinary in a case like this, what you're about to see is each call in a short clip, but you'll notice the dates, notice the police, notice the complaint of each call. We get here, well, you can make up your mind once we do. Now this is AJ. Y'all ready?
Let's do it, John.
All right. Here we go.
Tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested and you're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog.
Newly released body cam footage showing one of the last encounters AJ Owens had with officers in her Ocala community.
The very neighbor who called police on her several times over the last year, accused of shooting her earlier this month, killing her in front of her young children. News 6's Treasure Roberts is live in the newsroom tonight, digging into the body cam footage from the calls placed by Susan Lorincz. Treasure.
Matt Ginger, after combing through more than a dozen clips of body camera video, I learned Susan Lorincz was no stranger to 911. She made at least 8 separate calls to Marion County deputies in less than a year. While she claimed neighbors were harassing her, neighbors tell deputies it was the other way around. Body camera video of accused shooter Susan Lorincz reveals she had long-standing issues with several neighbors.
Trust me, this ain't the first time I've been out here. Those are the sons.
Including children.
She always calls her property. And she always be so racist.
And they're playing over.
And then the she tells us and stuff.
And she called us an N-word.
In a total of 14 clips dating back to February 2022, I watched deputies continuously respond to this neighborhood because of complaints made by Lorincz.
Kids have been out of control. They're screaming, yelling. The kids have been out.
She repeatedly told deputies neighborhood kids bully her.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names.
In April, Marion County deputies addressed her concerns about children playing in the parking lot.
They need to be trespassed. Get out of here.
So what I'm looking at, where they're at, you can't trespass anybody from that location. The issue is that the parking lot is a common area.
Mid-conversation, a man walks into the frame near her porch.
Can I talk to you for a second when you get done?
He's trespassing.
I'll get over here in just a second.
He's trespassing.
He came over to come ask us a question.
The deputies engaged the neighbor away from her residence.
I was trying to reason with her one day because we were all playing here. The kids, everything jumped. All right, let's go.
And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are going to die.
And I'm like, and that's my like, whoa.
Lorincz interrupted their conversation.
And apparently they're going to match the pay.
Sorry? I'm getting too much feedback. I can't hear myself. Go up. Yapping.
It's a dog. You can't stop the dog from barking.
Yeah, but too much feedback. Can you please at least go
So, yeah.
You can't stop the dog from barking.
And I wanted to answer before you started back up. I want to answer. I think Curly Lock was saying, did she call them kids an N-word? That's what that little girl was saying.
Yeah. That is correct.
That's racist.
There are racial epithets being spoken by this woman to children of ages, 5 up till 13, 15 at best, in the street in this neighborhood.
And
you don't do that.
There's no way around that this was racially motivated. If you all are familiar with Ahmaud Arbery's case, it's what they said after they shot him is what really confirmed. We knew that from the get-go on.
Yeah.
Right.
But when Travis killed Ahmaud, he used the term, you fucking, excuse my term, you know what I'm saying? And that sealed it for him. So after all these terms we heard her say slave, the N-word, you know what I'm saying? All of this, Underground Railroad, whatever she said.
Right.
This is racially motivated.
All day.
If you don't want to give a murder 1, a murder 2, give a hate crime then.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a hate crime, we hope, should move to federal charges.
It should.
Civil rights charges. because of the language that's being used in this particular case.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Fire Mama. Yep, I agree with that. And understand this, in this clip right here, she is telling the officers and them to move because them standing there is causing the dog to bark. She don't want them. She don't want that. She don't want to hear none of that. Okay.
Just think about the mental state of this woman talking to the officer about moving. She's telling the officer that she called on a complaint that you guys are, talking to a point to where you're giving feedback to the dog. I guess the dog was complaining. Yeah, and she got a gun. She got two of them. One's a Luger and one's a 380.
Man, listen. When the camera went off, she probably asked the officer, "Can you tell God to turn them sunbeams down? Because I got a headache right now."
Yeah.
Go sit down somewhere, lady.
And she complained too about this officer's contact with her. Now he got a report on his name for showing up on her behalf based upon this complaint.
And this guy right here, he's trying to explain to the officer what was going on. She's trying to interrupt all that. She don't want to hear none of that. She wants them to move, go on, get away. And this black guy right here, he appeared to be black to me, but he's trying to explain to the officer what's happening.
And hence we have a dog that's in the same place the kids would play, barking. And this is what she's complaining to the officer about now after she filed a complaint. And they moved away from her door patio. Now they're down there where the parking area is, the common area.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And she's still complaining. It goes to mental health.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Joe.
A lot of this right now goes to mental health.
Either she feel like, just because she pale, she got power, or she's not right in the head, because you saying these type of things in front of the police officer, which I know he looking at you like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Like, lady, yeah.
Shut up. Come
It's
on.
a dog. You can't stop the dog from barking. Come on now. Be reasonable. See?
And I love dude's reaction. I love dude's reaction. Yeah, no, you got to play this.
Okay. Back it up one tick.
That's
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We're getting there. Let's go.
I'm getting too much feedback. I can't hear my. Go up. Yapping.
It's a dog. You can't stop the dog from barking.
Yeah, but too much feedback. Can you please at least go
so.
Wait, pause.
Wait. Ajike Owens had.
Wait, did y'all see how dude was looking? And then he turned back around like, anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had interactions with Lorincz.
Yeah, that was funny. Watch dude.
But it like, yeah.
So we are just now. He's trespassing.
He came over to come ask us a question.
The deputies engaged the neighbor away from her residence.
I was trying to reason with her one day because we were all playing here. The kids, everything jumped.
All right, let's go. And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are going to die.
And I'm like, and that's when I like, whoa.
Lorincz interrupted their conversation.
And apparently they're going to match tip. Hey.
Watch dude.
I'm getting too much feedback. I can't hear my. Go up. Yapping.
It's a dog. You can't stop the dog from barking.
Yeah, but too much feedback. Can you please at least
So.
All right, well, you have a good one. Apparently, we can't stand here and have a conversation.
Ajike Owens had interactions with Lorincz before the day she was shot through a closed door.
It's funny because I'm the one that never comes outside and says anything to her.
In February last year, deputies spoke with Owens, who said Lorincz badgered her kids.
My kids take the dog out. The other day, she tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested, and we're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog anymore.
Owens told deputies when she addressed her neighbor about the comments, Lorincz mentioned race.
All of you black people always this. Okay.
Owens says Lorincz flashed a private property sign. Once she put it down, AJ picked it up, threw it, then walked away.
I guess she's already on the phone and I'm being attacked. Someone's attacking me.
On the last call captured on video before AJ Owens was killed, you could hear a frustrated deputy mumble about the encounters with Lorincz.
Psycho.
They even knew something was wrong with this lady, man.
They knew it.
Now you see, there was one word that this officer said, walking away from this complaint. Listen, watch it carefully. This is at night, and this is the night of, what do we got? December 22nd of 2022, 1848.16.
You could hear a frustrated deputy mumble about the encounters with Lorincz.
Psycho.
All of these body camera videos have been posted in full. You can find them on our website at clickorlando.com. In the newsroom, Treasure Roberts, Getting Results, News 6.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, there was multiple incidents between them. And we even just heard AJ say, the lady, she's using, you black people. And I mean, come on, man, like that's racism. There's a racial undertone to this.
No doubt
it's a
about it.
civil rights violation when you do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this just goes to show her mental. This how this Susan, that's how she get down. She calling the police for everything. Your boy, you stupid.
Yeah, but hence what is it? 2 years, 2.5 years. This is going on, and she decides, Susan Lorincz, that is, decides to go out to purchase not just one gun, 22 Luger, but now she went out and purchased a Remington 380 to protect herself. In the course of the 2 years they've been having this altercation, she's behind a locked door, and this door is double bolted. Police tell her on the first 911 call that Boss played, lock your doors and your windows, stay in place. We're sending an officer out your way now. All she had to do, and if Susan, wherever she is listening to John Q, all you had to do was sit tight.
That's it. That's it.
And wait for police. No matter what was broken, what was being banged on, or all kind, sit tight. Go to your bedroom, lock that door. Now grab your gun, because now, if there is a breaking and entering,
absolutely,
which is trespassing now, there's a charge there. And now your life is being fearfully threatened. Now you have the right to defend yourself under the Stand Your Grounds law.
Right. So, and so you're correct. Had AJ gone into her place, that's different. To me, that's different.
Yeah.
Now let's back this up, because I agree with everything you said. But let's think about what she knew in her head to be true. She knew AJ wasn't trying to break in the house. She knew that. She just knew AJ was mad, so she was banging at the door. She also knew the reason all this is happening is because of her.
She knew that.
So the reason why she shot her is because that's what she wanted to do. There's no doubt about it, because she seemed a little off, but like you said, John, if she just would have waited, she did not want to wait. She didn't want to wait. She didn't want to. This is what wanted to happen. I believe sincerely, wholeheartedly, that's what the case is.
I agree with that.
Right after that first call she already made. Why didn't that stick in her mind to just stay safe, stay indoors? You got the stuff locked. You're in your bedroom. Now, if she comes into the house, now you have the right to defend yourself.
She wasn't gonna come in that house, bro.
Wasn't? Yeah.
She wasn't. AJ was not gonna go in that lady's house. She ain't stupid. You heard what she said in that little interview with the officer? She said, I'm the type who don't even come out my house like that.
Yeah.
But when it came to her kids, I need answers. Why are you throwing skates at my kid? Why are you throwing my kids' stuff down? Why are you messing with my kids? Period.
Yeah. So I understood her frustration. And then when we learned about all these prior incidents, I'm sure AJ was fed up. I'm sure she was. One shot.
One shot. Forever heard.
Heard forever.
Them kids gonna hear that shot in their heads forever.
Because you can imagine what her son. Now think about this. You're standing in front of this door, confronting this woman because of what she did to her kids.
Yeah.
Any woman, any parent, let me put it that way, man or woman, would have went over across the street, had you lived across the street, as we showed you in tonight's live, went over there to confront the neighbor to get this thing straight. We have to remember 2 years' time, a little over 24 months time between these two residences have been having this kind of back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Only because one neighbor thinks that her kids are trespassing in terms of property, yet she has no authorization to post any kind of signs outside of her doorway under her lease agreement with the landlord to do so. She's going to find that shows up in court too, by the way.
And understand this, especially when it comes to property management. What I've seen in the past is, if there's multiple complaints, somebody should have been evicted. Facts. You understand what I mean? Like, how did they allow this to go on for so long? Correct. And we found out that the landlord name is Mr. Charles Gabbard. My thing is this. If you realize that you have a tenant who has multiple phone calls to the police, multiple, why didn't somebody should have been evicted? Because now you become a nuisance, is what they call it.
Yeah.
He did nothing. He did nothing. So I'm on his ass too.
He was collecting that check. That's all. Hey, she was on time with her rent every month. He ain't finna kick her out.
I don't understand that.
Well, I don't agree with it either. I'm just saying that's the only thing I could think of why he didn't kick her out. He could have contacted her and said something to her like, listen, lady.
Right.
Listen. Like, I'm sick of it. You got the police calling me, talking to me about everything you doing. I'm tired. Now, if you do this again, I'm going to have to let you out of your lease, lady.
That's it. To me, that's what should have happened. And had he done that, we wouldn't be here right now at the round table.
Correct.
Not about AJ.
Correct. Facts. Big facts. Ain't no capping over here.
Right.
Because the landlord, this guy, Charles Gabbard, whatever, well, I think he was positioned, according to the news.
I wonder if they can
living back here somewhere. Now, this is according to the news. Landlord's property is here in the front. Mailboxes posted 1655, 1663. Landlord is way back here. So he was in the vicinity, according to what they documented.
Right. So I'm sure he heard. If she was calling the police, I'm sure she was calling the landlord.
Yeah, she had to be.
I'm sure
to complain. That's the first line of complaint you go to. Landlord says, okay, well, if you're being threatened and all this other stuff, now you have to escalate that to call the police.
But let's think
That's
about
what
this.
the landlord turns around. You know, here in New York under property management, it's the same way. You know, you have a issue with another tenant. You go to your landlord, blah, blah, blah. They tell you to put it in writing. Anytime you have a rental lease agreement, they always tell you to put it in writing so that they can respond. The management, landlord management, then makes the decision to send a written correspondence to that tenant, giving them fair warning. This was brought to our attention. This, that, and the other thing, the dates and all this other stuff. And this is critical to landlord tenant issues. If you are leasing or renting, it's your first stand. Put it in writing. Put it clearly in writing. Put a date, put a time, put what was said, everything, because that's what the landlord needs for their records in order to invoke an eviction if they have to.
But let's back up though, John.
Yeah.
Back up for a second. Put what in writing? She didn't have a case to submit to the landlord. She had nothing to tell him. So she probably did originally say something to him, and he was like, lady, if you don't sit your behind down somewhere, that's not even your property. I can't do nothing about that.
Correct. Now she escalates it. Now she escalates it to, okay, since you can't do nothing about it, I'll call police. Okay, yeah, that's what you should do. Because once you have a police report, it goes to the corresponding landlord. At the same time, that report has been committed to the agency. You see? So she gets a report, or at least a copy of it, and the landlord gets a report based upon the complaint. Now, if the landlord does nothing, then what kind of water does that hold?
What he told her as the landlord, the police probably told her the same thing. What you want us to do? What you want us to do? Them kids are not in the wrong. They playing in the field that does not belong to you.
Right.
Lady.
Correct. And so she decided, okay, since you can't do anything and the police have been over here a couple of times, I'll go ahead and post private property signs outside without his consent. I guarantee you will hear that come up when this case goes to trial. She did not have consent from the landlord. She took it upon herself.
Right. And one of the things to take note of.
Allegedly. Right. Let me say that.
And one of the things to take note of is the fact that in this police report, there is no statement from the landlord. Not a one.
Not one.
Yep.
Not a one.
Now, after you just said what you said, we broke this down from what she should have did, John. This is why I think probably 75% of the people in the chat feel like this is premeditated, because nobody was going to do anything because nobody was in the wrong. She was just being a bitter old woman. So she said, y'all not going to help me? I'm going to take it in my own hands. And that's what happened.
Well, think of it. 24 months, boss. 24 months. You've been sitting there in that apartment, however big it is, however many rooms it is, sitting there 2 years, taking this in your living quarters, trying to do whatever it is you do. She's supposed to be some kind of insurance agent or something like that, work out at home and all this other stuff.
She
and
was.
The kids are disturbing her peace of mind because she can't get work done. And hence the reason why she has Blink cameras in her home to do what? Track the kids.
Absolutely.
It wasn't a complaint about her. It wasn't a complaint about her car.
And then show them where her bedroom is, where the other camera is, because it faces the direction of AJ's home.
Oh, you want me to go there now? Okay.
Absolutely, Raphael. She's like, I'll show them. That's pretty much what she did.
Yep.
What up, Brazy?
Now, you're about to see something here tonight that you notice in the yard. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see it? Okay. There are no property signs posted here. Now, this recent Google search was May 2023 of this year.
He does, Sweets.
No property signs here. Private property, don't trespass, nothing. Look at it. Google just went through this neighborhood in May to record this whole entire neighborhood. Point of detail. But yet, looking at her windows, which would be here in the approximate area, which would be 1/4 of this building, we got a dot here in this area and a dot here in this area. So I'm sure, because we double checked it. Watch this.
Mary Allen said KKK special. I feel you, man.
Just to show you. Just to show you. You see the dot here? To the right.
Mm-hmm.
Dot in the corner. No dot. No dot. Where do you think her cameras were?
And she says in her statement, she had cameras in her bedroom.
Correct.
And it faces the direction. If John swivel around, it faces the direction of AJ's home.
Correct.
Almost like at this point you stalking her. Like that's how that made me feel.
Exactly where we got it. Yeah. You've got 2 cameras in both these windows. And these are blink cameras, folks. You know, these are inexpensive application cameras that you can have for home security. To have it pointed at her car, the parking lot. Yeah, okay. I mean,
Right.
Makes sense. But to
But
have
I think
2
she
of
was
them.
using that for evil. I think she was using that for evil, and I feel like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that she was watching all the movement. She wanted to keep her eye on everything.
Yeah, because this open lot, she had 1 camera at the sliding door, interior, which gave off too much glare to record anything outside of her door during the night, is what she stated. But
Right.
here's the street. Here's the lot. What do you think kids are going to play? Compared to the home. Look. They're going to go out here to play football, baseball, soccer, kick, whatever. Convene here because, let me go back up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the size of this lot. Home here, her home there. Here's the lot.
And to me, as a mother, that would have been a perfect location. My kids playing over there. I can see them. I can look out my window, peek out my door, and keep my eye on my children. Her
Correct.
children should have been safe and unbothered in that yard over there.
A straight shot from the house. Yeah. You knew where they were. They weren't running down any other street, getting lost, all this stuff in this loop. This is a huge loop.
Casamina, I ain't playing with you today. So she thought 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah, she thought so.
And moved on Cap Road.
You can see now above how close this is. Look.
Miller, I'm with you. Way too
House,
much time.
lot.
Yeah.
Where was the kids supposed to go? Look at the block.
I know, right, Charity?
Work those angles, John.
They worked here. I would want my kids in front of my house where I could see them. They lived across the street, adjacent.
Hey,
The
Passion.
biggest lot here is the next lot over, which is here, and then the side lot to Lorinc's apartment building is here. Go down the street, the next lot is here. The open lot here is a building that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 apartments down with a loop lot. Go down, you go down to the next house, all the way down until you hit the area where you get out.
Tiff, I'm with you. I'm not about to be arguing with nobody for 2 years.
For real.
2 years. See, timeline. There we go. Timeline tells the story.
And after the first year, which we don't know, which she probably already had the 22, because we know she had 2 guns, the Ruger and the 380. She bought that 380 a year prior to this incident. And she said in her statement, she bought the gun after her altercation with, one altercation with AJ.
With AJ, correct.
That 22 wasn't enough for, I guess.
22 wasn't enough.
Yep. So now it's in a physical report where we can see all the words, everything described.
Camilla, shut up. You should be somewhere knitting.
You know where we are with this.
And what we found out was that she was a insurance agent, and at some point she lost her job. She got into a real bad accident, so she wasn't able to work. So now her money funny. She don't like niggas. Okay, y'all, my bad. But her money.
Go ahead, 54. Go ahead. Tell it.
Wait a minute. My bad, y'all. My bad. But I'm just saying, she can't work. Her money funny. You know, she she mad at these kids for being happy and enjoying life. You know, like boss, what you say yesterday? Like, why y'all out here smiling?
What y'all smiling for? ain't nothing funny about life right now. I said, I feel like her husband probably left for a black woman. I don't know shit. I'm just speaking.
I know, right? We don't know what's going on with this lady. But clearly, something is wrong with her.
I do, Casamina. It's called big capping. Salute, Casamina.
You know, and what's even worse, when we get into the charges, they were charging her with, hold on, let me go back up. Here we go. They were charging her with, where did I pass it? Wait a minute. Negligent manslaughter.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not understanding how this is not murder. I don't get it.
The way you just said that charge, it sounds like they made that up right then. Negligent manslaughter. What the heck is negligent manslaughter?
Right.
Like, manslaughter. It's, we know what manslaughter is, but now you want to put negligent in front of it. I've never heard that charge before in my life. Not saying it didn't exist, but now you trying to be specific about the charge. Nah, man, it is what we saw. You know what I'm saying? Quit. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
And it said,
now the charges that came regarding that charge that we have on the report came from William M. Gladstone, state attorney. State must prove beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt the existence of a deprived mind toward the victim at the time of the killing. I went back and forth with both Boss and 54. And I'm saying, okay, what is his definition of a deprived mind? Deprived mind requires evidence of hatred, spite, ill will, or evil intent. And I'm saying, what is it didn't he see in this case? Regarding the above, to charge otherwise than manslaughter.
And this goes back to what I was saying in backstage. It's like, if they was to push for, let's say, second degree, what we see is what we see.
Right.
Do you think those 12 jurors can all agree on what we see?
Yes.
Because if they don't, this
Yes.
lady's gonna walk.
If the round table can find it in 3 damn days, they can find it reading the damn paperwork just like we did. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Come on now. This guy, I don't know who he is, what side he's on, Democrat, a Republican, or whatever, but it's the wrong call.
Yeah, this
It's
wrong.
the wrong call, and he should have taken his time. Okay, police arrest for manslaughter. Grab her because you got a case. Review the case before you send it to a grand jury for further indictment. Now you're going to get charge after charge after charge after charge and all this other stuff. And then they sign it back over to him to say, all of these charges, what we found. 19 individual, just like you and me. We're sitting there looking at the whole thing. Now, we did it in 3 days. This dude did it in a week because it took some time to come to the charge of manslaughter just to get her. 4 days after the
4 days.
incident
It took them 4
occurred.
days.
Yeah.
John, look at the private chat, man. I don't want to say that loud. But
I mean, it bothers me. This whole, man, and thank you to, I forget her name, for bringing this case to our attention.
Right.
To look at, because, when we can take a look at how these people do these wheeling and dealings behind the scenes, and we take a look at one thing, see it for what it is, and now someone else is in charge for making a decision that it's not, only to what? Carve off time? This woman's got no criminal history.
Right.
No criminal background. They
Neither
break
did
this.
AJ. Don't forget
Yeah.
that. Neither did AJ.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing we know, by the time we get to the end of everything, she's on 5-year probation with a damn ankle bracelet.
Right.
No.
Yep.
No. And that's why they're not going to let this stand, because there is no stand your ground in this case.
No.
Because of the door. The door was locked. She was secure. Now, she armed herself. Great. Had that door breached, she would have been in her rights to do what she did. But since the door didn't breach and she took the provocation to shoot through that door beyond the point of that door being breached, come on. She knew where this woman was. She knows how big she is. She knows how tall she is. Her child was standing next to her during the time of the shooting. What do you think? Come on, people. What do you think that child saw when he heard that gunshot?
Mm-hmm.
Forever heard in his mind now, because that's the last of his mother.
That's it. And the last thing she said to them was call 911.
Come on.
And her oldest son, who's 12, ended up calling 911 from her cell phone.
Yes.
Had to use his mama's cell phone to call for help for his mother.
So where could we find there's no premeditativeness in this case? We can't find it. She went out and bought guns for this occasion before the fact. She used one of the guns in this case before the fact. She knew the mother was coming across the street because her son summoned her about the tablet and the skate before the fact. Soon as she got there, come on, you can't get here without the other.
Right. And you have to understand from the moment of that first 911 call at 8:54 up until they pronounced her dead at 9:36. That's less than an hour.
Yes. Time plays a very important role. Timeline.
This is
before
sad.
the police got there. Remember, the police were on their way.
They were already on the way.
Keep that in mind. Got to keep that in mind from the first call she made.
And Susan knew they were on their way. Susan knew they were on their way. Why not wait? She wasn't trying to wait. She wanted this to be over and done with. And then not only that, what we found in the reports was that night they took Susan and questioned her and then took her back to her residence. She ended up having to stay at Comfort Inn. She couldn't stay at the house no more. You know, she didn't want to stay there. John, show us Comfort Inn. Show us Comfort Inn on here. This lady then went to a Comfort Inn because she couldn't go back home. She knew she was wrong, man. She knew it. And all them crocodile tears, the performance that she put on when she called 911 at 9:04. Come on, man. I can't see how this is not murder. Sweet, you said we need a smoke session. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. KG, I'm with you. Like it's like she planned this.
Yeah, she's hoping it bites. Because now she's out of her residence, and now this is where she's sitting tight. Public defender's office is only going to cover but so much because guaranteed people, public defender's office is not equipped in any way, shape, or form to handle this kind of a charge. They can only, do light charges, misdemeanors at best. They try to deal with misdemeanors at best.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a felony in which you got one right here called a homicide because there's a weapon involved and there is a homicide involved, they cut you loose. You're going to have to find your own attorney. Hence the reason for a GoFundMe or a fundraising campaign that you saw earlier that we showed you, $100,000. It's going to cost a whole lot more than $100,000, but they got a starting point. But here's where she's got to go outside of her home because her home is now turned into a crime scene.
This is so sad.
It is.
This is sad. And she's being represented by this lady right here.
Oh, drop
Amanda Sizemore.
Drop it.
Public defender.
Yep.
But John found something right before we went live. John, the not the GoFundMe, but there was something else Mr. Michael put out here. But yeah, This is Amanda Sizemore. This is her public defender.
I gotta go widescreen now. Now watch this, folks.
She's looking for money to help her defense, to pay for it.
There's a Michael Hunter that's created this campaign. The very top end of the month. The goal is $100,000. They raised $115 so far, but people are catching on to the case. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And Here's the title of it. Don't Tread on Me. And what do you have?
With a snake in the grass.
With a snake in the grass. Come
Mm-hmm.
on. A snake in the grass. Yeah, that's right. Tamika, that's right. We all shook our head.
We did. And I wanted to know who Michael Hunter was. I was like, really? I ain't donating a dime. Not a dime.
Yeah, here's what it read.
And I get that everybody. Let me say this. Let me
go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I do understand that everybody is allowed a defense. I get it. But this lady right here, I ain't donating a dime to nothing. Nothing. But this is what Mr. Michael had to say.
Urgent support needed. Help Susan Lorincz defend herself in a critical self-defense case. We need your help. Susan Lorincz, a brave and determined individual, is facing a crucial self-defense case and urgently requires your support. Your donations can make a tangible difference in ensuring she receives the legal representation she deserves. Susan's life took an alarming turn when she found herself in a situation where her safety was at risk. In a courageous act of self-defense, she took swift action to protect herself. However, she now finds herself entangled in legal complexities that demand financial resources to navigate effectively. I love these words.
Bless his heart. They tried it. They tried it.
We believe in the fundamental right of every individual to defend themselves in the face of danger, and Susan's case highlights the importance of upholding this right. Really? By supporting Susan's defense, you stand alongside her, advocating for justice, fairness, and the preservation of personal security. Your contributions will enable Susan to secure competent, look at the word, competent legal counsel.
They don't believe in Amanda Sizemore. Sizemore ain't gonna get it done.
Not no public defender's office. Competent legal counsel gathered compelling evidence and present a strong defense in court. Your generosity can make all the difference in helping her to fight for her rights and safeguarding the principles that self-defense is an essential aspect of personal well-being. Susan's determination extends beyond her own case. She aims to raise awareness about self-defense laws and empower others to protect themselves when confronted with danger.
I'm confused where the self-defense is coming into play, man. Like I can't wrap my mind around that. I can't.
She's on it. She's on it. She pled not guilty. She's on self-defense. She is on it. She wants to own it.
They trying to cover up the racism. I can't. And then I was looking at if you go up a little bit, the very first, it looked like it might have been the first donor, Florida Wigs. Go over to the side. Whoever, and don't get me started about wigs, because my smoke sisters and my smoke brothers, they know. But look at what Florida Wigs had to say. She donated $100. Was that? Yeah, $100.
Under Florida, right there? Yeah, under Florida Stand Your Grounds immunity, Susan has a substantive right not to be subject to a trial. Any charge stemming from the shooting incident represents a flagrant violation of Susan's rights.
Really?
Yeah.
I can picture Florida Wigs looking just like Susan.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm sure of it.
Then some, with a matching George Washington off $1.
Look, there she go. Florida Wig's probably her cousin, her sister, something. Listen. To me, this was not self-defense. I can't ride with that. To me, based off of the details, this was murder. And I feel like this lady right here, look at her. Soulless.
Take a careful look. Take a careful look.
Soulless. Look at her eyes. She looks scary. She out there scaring all the kids. Looking like this. She's calling them all kind of names and black slaves and underground railroad slaves. And come on, man. I don't understand why this lady is not being charged with the higher crime.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the things that I seen them using a lot was this, it was called manslaughter with a firearm in Florida. When a person accidentally kills another human being, they will be charged with manslaughter. Manslaughter refers to the negligent form of homicide in which a person takes the life of another person without malice, but uses reckless disregard in the act. Manslaughter without a firearm is a second-degree felony in Florida and can result in up to 15 years in prison.
What'd you say?
Manslaughter with a firearm is a first-degree felony in Florida that can result in up to 30 years in prison. This lady, and this is just my opinion, she need to go away for the rest of her life, man. She's done out here. I can't wrap my mind around this. I can't.
Yeah.
I really can't. So we definitely want to hear from y'all. We you know, I know, you know, y'all know we get to the speak your piece part. I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about this? And for the ones that were saying that, you know, they could see self-defense, I can't remember the names, but I mean, if you're still in the chat, I would love to hear from you, because like I said, this is a safe zone. You know, I want to hear your thoughts on that. Y'all ready to get to speak your piece? Do we got any people that want to come up? Casamina, I'm with you. Accident, 2 + 2 = 4. The math ain't mathing. It's not. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me drop the link for y'all.
Yeah, because the math doesn't add up to this.
There you go.
The math doesn't add up to it.
This is sad.
Doesn't add up to this.
And all she was trying to do is protect her children. She got a white lady who keep harassing her children. I'm sure she was fed up. I'm sure. I don't think AJ would have went over. Yeah, of course she was mad. We all would have been mad. I know, at least I can. I'm going to speak for myself. I would have been mad. But the police was not doing anything, and this lady would not stop. She wouldn't stop. We even got the police talking about psycho. They know what it is. They knew what it was. Now, AJ's gone. Her kids don't have a mother now. I can't wrap my mind around this. That was absolutely beautiful. All because she wanted to protect her children. And this white lady would not allow her to do that. And now it's AJ's fault that she's gone. Because to me, that's what that sounds like Susan is saying. When she provoked the situation. Do y'all think AJ, if she would have opened that door, what do y'all think would have happened to her? Me personally, I think it would have been a lot of hollering. But I don't think AJ was going over there to put her hands on her. But AJ had a right to be mad.
Yeah.
She had a right to be mad.
Every way, shape, and form.
And Fire Mama, I just want to say I appreciate you for sending me those pictures. I really do. I knew my soul sisters don't play. They don't play.
Yeah.
You know, but this is where we at with it. You know, and it's a sad situation, man. Because like I said, I'm sure we got a lot of parents in here, not just the women, but the men too. You would have felt some kind of way if you had this lady who's using racial slurs and all this, that, and the other towards your children. As parents, we're put here to protect our children. And Susan didn't want AJ to do that and killed her with one shot. That's all it took.
Yeah.
That's all it took. Miss Hader, I'm with you. She said, if this goes to trial, here, let me put this up. She said, if this goes to trial, I really hope the neighbors are called and the cops that were called to the scenes. They got to be.
And they will be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as far as justice, when it comes to justice, what do y'all see? Man, I can't wrap my mind around this. And to know that now they're without their mother because she was trying to be a mother. That's crazy to me. And that's what I'm saying. And we've had this conversation before here and even in the smoke session. There's a lot of mental illness. A lot of people out here mentally unstable, man. We got to be careful. Got to be careful. Because again, when AJ approached that door, she had no idea that white lady was standing on the other side with a 380 pointed at the door. She didn't know. Suge, I'm with you. She was waiting. What's going on, Crucial K? Sweet, you said you think she gonna get probation? Oh man. I hope that's not the case.
Oh, please. That's gonna set Florida on fire.
Daylin, I'm sure she was. Watching the camera.
Now, for your eyes tonight, let's take a look at something. One of the
breaking news. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gatz, and this is News 6 at 5. The Marion County Sheriff's Office just sending us body cam video of calls they responded to at the home of Susan Lorincz. She is the woman accused of killing her neighbor, AJ Owens, earlier this month.
So these calls stemming from issues she had with neighbors dating back almost a year. News 6's Treasure Roberts has been digging through the body cam. Treasure, what have you come across?
Matt, Ginger, I've been combing through the body camera video from Marion County deputies for the past hour. So far, there's one constant. Susan Lorincz called deputies multiple times with complaints about kids allegedly trespassing and harassing her. On a call from August 10th of last year, Lorincz met with a deputy outside of her home. She said kids were playing in an open field near her residence, which you can see on camera. Lorincz claimed she had bad migraines and the kids screaming and yelling was causing her harm. Lorincz also mentioned she was doing dissertation work and needed to concentrate. Her big ask was respect.
About them playing out here. Why are they on private property that they have no means? I mean, they don't rent here.
Well, if those people aren't complaining, I can't kick them off that property.
Well, then I'll send a cease and desist letter to them.
Okay.
Lawyers do it.
Well, I mean, as long as they're not on your property, I mean, they can pretty much play wherever they want to play.
As long as they're not on your property, they can pretty much play where they want to play.
Susan wasn't having none of that. Yeah.
Susan
wasn't having none of that.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names.
The deputy asked Lorincz to let law enforcement know if they come back. Lorincz then added she doesn't want the kids' parents yelling at her, calling it ridiculous and insane. We obtained 14 body camera videos from deputies, and I'll be going through all of them tonight. You'll see more of those videos coming up on News 6 at 6.
Now, we ain't going to go through all of them here, right, at this live, in this live. But when we come back, that's what we're going to do.